So many of us today want to build muscle. We want to start our bulking phase correctly to ensure that we build that adequate muscle that is needed for us to actually look completely different. You want to be that geezer that walks around the gym bowling it around because his arms are too big. You want to be that geezer that's fucking absolutely whammo. But a lot of people are not willing to do whatever it takes. So many of you expect to just go to the gym and train, but a lot of us forget that actually we need to take our body weight up. We need to eat a calorie surplus over a prolonged period of time to ensure we build that muscle mass that is required. So I'm going to show you what it takes to build some serious fucking muscle as a natural bodybuilder, ready for me to hit the stage in 2019. Welcome to the road to the 2019 bodybuilding stage. Sit back, relax, enjoy the video, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe. I've done this about 10 times already, so hopefully this is the last fucking time I do this intro. Cool, fuck me, that's better, it's very hot. Anyway, welcome to the road to the bodybuilding, 2019 bodybuilding stage is what I should call it. This series is just going to document me pushing up that body weight. So I'm 150 pounds now. I'm going to document it going up to 180 pounds, getting fat as fuck, getting swole as fuck, getting strong and beastie. You know how I do it. I've always said I've made my best progression by taking up my body weight to levels which are very uncomfortable for me. I don't like looking in the mirror, I don't like the way I look, but like I said, my progress has just been unreal. If you're interested in this series, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new around here. And this is just going to be a weekly episode. I'm not going to do like 50 episodes because let's be honest, who's the fuck's going to watch, who's going to join in a episode 50 I should say? No one's going to do that. So this is just going to be a weekly episode where I'm just going to go through like my training, diet, nutrition, what changes I'm going to make, when to change your macros, when to push up your macros, all that kind of stuff, and just document how I'm going to progress and build as much muscle as possible within this time before I get on stage next year. So the goal is right now is to push up that body weight 30 pounds from now. In about 6 to 7 months, then I'll be looking to getting ready to compete for next. So I always start my day off with either salmon or 4 whole eggs with asparagus. Now you might be going, oh George, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, man, you're eating asparagus. Are you a fucking sicko? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I'll eat what I want, you know? I'll eat what I want. If I want to eat asparagus in the morning, I will. Now I mix between salmon and eggs I'll be honest with you, based upon my financial needs. I mean, if I'm fucking skint, I'll have eggs because it's a lot cheaper. If I've got a little bit of money, I'll have a little bit of salmon. I'll treat myself. At the moment, I'm a poor fucker, as you can tell, so I'm having eggs. Hi mate, so welcome to my online coaching service. Hope you're good. Hopefully you're looking forward to getting started. So I spent the morning setting up a new client. I ain't gonna plug it too much because I'm not a cunt. I hate people that plug stuff all the time on social medias. You know, it does your head in. But if you're interested in coaching, email me here. Whatever your goal is, I'll sort you out, you know, I'll get you in shape, I'll build you some solid tissue. Whatever your goal is, sort it out. That's the only plugging I'm doing for this video, I promise. So a staple for my pre-workout and probably my calorie surplus is going to be this. Obviously the amount will probably change over time because you know I need more calories, more carbs, all that kind of shit. So oats, 84 grams of oats, which is 50 grams of carbs, 100 grams of banana, which is 20 grams of carbs, 1 scoop of whey, which is about 25 grams of protein, and then this brown shit on top here is the old famous smooth almond butter. This is the one I use. Again, around about 15 grams of fat. Pre-workout, nice slow absorbing whilst I train, and then obviously a little bit of pink Himalayan salt to go on top of that. Give it an hour, go to the gym, you're good to go.
It's hard to get a girl who ain't already took her clothes off on Insta, and I don't niggas be in the picture, and then they wonder why they only get one.
So I've came down to Graftism Gym, which is in Watford. It's actually like 20-minute drive from me, just down the motorway. I live in Dunstable, so it's not very far at all. Great for leg days down here as well, so that's why I'm here. We're training legs today. Obviously, you know legs is all psychological. A lot of people ask me, George, how do you get your mindset right before going into the gym? I literally will just fucking punch myself in the face, fucking punch myself, listen to some music, and I'll scream. Within a surplus, this is where you're going to be growing. So you need to go into every session and literally utilize them calories that you're putting into body. That surplus you're in, you need to be progressing, you need to get strong, you need to be doing, I can't stress enough, too many people just sitting around doing fuck all. But I'm going to go into as much detail as possible for this leg routine, just to show you how I'm approaching my leg training within my calorie surplus. And I've got a few questions which you guys have asked me as well, which I'm going to answer throughout, about frequency, volume, all that kind of good stuff. So sit back, relax and enjoy. I'm going to get my fucking bean into this game. I'm going to ensure that there are some big fuckers in this gym, I know it. But one thing they can't beat me with is hard work and dedication. I will fucking smash any cunt on that. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Right, 2 sets of a standing leg curl to start with. I like starting with hamstrings because it warms my knees up and it doesn't take away from my main movements. I'm a big believer in warming up, like I did a little bit of the bike to begin with, and 2 sets is not going to fatigue me a lot. It's going to warm me up quite nicely for my main movements. So if you want to warm up correctly, a lot of people do leg extensions, but for me, that takes away from my main movements. So a hamstring curl works great for me. 2 sets, 10 to 12 rep range. Good to go. Rotate it a couple of times with other movements, and you are good to go. So you need to find the balance between power and my muscle connections, and good eccentrics. Because if you're doing just power on your compound movements, you're not going to progress. You're not going to progress in hypertrophy. You might progress in power. You might be able to move more, but are you increasing muscle mass? No. That's where you need to find a balance, because if you just focus on good eccentrics with no power, you're not going to progress, you're not going to press. And progressive overload is the key to muscle growth. So you need to find that balance between the two. Now notice on this movement how my eccentrics are quite tight, but I'm powering back up. I want to get out of that phase. The strength curve on this is fucking horrendous, so just keep that in mind whilst you're watching me perform this exercise. Fucking hard, but you need to find that balance. So it looks like upstairs is all mine, which is good. Anyway, the pendulum squat, what I did, 2 working sets, 1 set of 5 to 8 and 1 set of 10 to 12. Now what I did is a double drop set. So the first 2 sets I mixed between a balance between power and good eccentrics, good muscle contractions. The drop set, the first drop set I did was, again, both power and muscle contractions. The last set I did was just muscular failure, the last drop set. Notice how my eccentrics were really slow, and all I focused on is just going to muscular failure. Even though it was 20 kilos on there, by the time I got to like that 9th, 10th rep, my legs were fucked. Job done. Whilst I superset adductors and abductors. Thoughts on stiff leg deadlift versus leg curl for maximal hamstring contraction. Now we know that on a leg curl, we're not going to be doing like 5 or 6 reps. With a stiff leg deadlift, I'll be doing like 6 to 8 reps, heavy fucking shit. That's what's going to grow from behind. That's what's going to be doing dense hamstrings. But for maximal contraction, you can't be obviously a lying leg curl or a leg curl in general. But my thought process is get strong as fuck on both of them. Just get strong as fuck on both of them. And I have no doubt, I always say this, I have no doubt, if you progress your lifts, take up your body weight, eat in the surplus, they will grow. Whether you do one or the other or both, they will grow. So get strong as fuck on all of them, man. Everything you do, just get strong. Post-workout, get me home, because I'm absolutely fucked. I'm sweating like a cunt as well. Stop saying cunt, George, cunt. Get me home, get me this shit off, and get me laying down and get me some food, and you know how it is with me. I'm fucking absolutely like, I'll drive home now, I can't be fucked, and it's, just get me home, enough talking. So as I drive home, I just want to speak a little bit more. I want this series to be a little bit more speaking, so if you don't give a fuck, turn off. Simple. If you give a fuck, have a little listen. So the total volume within that session was 13 working sets for legs. Now typically it takes me about 30 minutes to warm up. I'll be honest with you, on that pendulum squat I did 8 warm-up sets, 2 for each pretty much. So for example, 40 kilos, 2 sets of just 1 or 2 reps just to feel the weight. I can't stress the importance of warming up and taking your time. That session, roughly about 2.5 hours is just spot on for me. Any more than that and I just feel like I'm gonna fucking die, fall into a river fall into the floor and just collapse and hope for the best. But one thing I ensure is I look back at my logbook numbers and I ask myself, did I work super fucking hard? Your logbook is your accountability tool. If you have a coach, brilliant. But your logbook is your coach in a way, because you look and you think, right, I did a total of 13 working sets for that session. Is my progression good within those 13 sets? If it is yes, superb. If it's no, you may need to reevaluate your volume. Simple as that. But all in all, happy session. I'm happy. I'm gonna go home, eat some food, and rest day tomorrow. So I'll talk about my macros a little bit later for you guys. But in regards to volume, your logbook is your accountability tool. So assess volume through the amount of sets you do in your logbook, and if progression's good, recovery's good, strength is going up, everything feeling great, connection's great, you're good to go. And there we have it, basic as fuck. Quite a lot of volume. And obviously these are the rice cakes I use. Organic, man. 10 of these bad boys. Yeah. Not much else to say about it. Dry, bland, boring food. I wish it was Rice Krispies, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. So I just want to shout out my client Ben. He started, I don't know if you can see that, but he started at 84.6 on the 4th of July 2018, and now on the 4th of August he is 80.9 kilos. 4 kilos pretty much within a month. So shout out my boy Ben. Still on 300 gram of carbs as well. Absolutely unreal. Benjamin, top man, keep it up, son. Morning, guys. So I got up, shuffling clothes on, 10k steps straight away. I just get out of the way. There's nothing fucking worse than it's 9 o'clock at night and you got to do like another 5k steps. It's getting dark. You don't want to be doing that. So I just get it straight out of the way. Get up a little bit earlier than usual. Smash it out. No excuses. Get it done. Forget about it. You know what I mean? Takes me about an hour. I'd say about an hour. Just over an hour, I'll be honest with you. Went to the old shop as well. This is the most exciting fucking food you're ever gonna see, man. Got some asparagus, eggs, egg whites. Now you get them down the old milk section within like Asda and stuff like that. You just need to look a little bit harder. Broccoli. Oh, some fucking broccoli, man. My favourite, almond butter. Some mixed leafy green shit. And some fucking organic rice cakes, man. I need to stop doing that. So guys, I'm gonna speak about my macros quickly in regards to my training day and rest day. So if you don't give a fuck, turn off. I don't give a shit. If you give a fuck, have a little listen, but make sure you don't come and ask me, George, what are your macros? Pisses me off, that does, because I make videos like this for people to watch and learn and educate themselves from, but they come ask me on Instagram, George, what's your macros? I'm thinking, do you not watch my videos? But I can totally understand why. People don't have time, all that kind of bollocks. So I have a whiteboard here and I've laid out how I'm going to set up my training day and rest day nutrition. So training day, meal 1, protein and fats. Meal 2, protein, veg. Meal 3, which is my pre-workout, protein, carbs and fats. I like to have a little bit of fats pre-workout because I hate getting hungry whilst I train. Simple as that. There's nothing worse than getting hungry when we're training. Notice my 2 biggest meals, the only time I have carbs is pre and post-workout. I want to exhaust this pre and post-workout window as much as possible. So for example, my train day carbohydrate intake at the moment is going to be 300 gram of carbs. So I'm going to pretty much split that, probably about 100 gram of carbs, intra's about 25, and post-workout's going to be about 175 gram of carbs, something like that. And then I will return to a pro fat. Now once my calories start to go up, my carbs start to go up, I'm going to have to space out these meals with carbs as well, because if I'm honest with you, getting 650 gram of carbs pre and post window is just too hard. That's how I'm going to set up training day. Now rest days, my carbohydrate intake is slightly lower. Well, it's quite lower. It's about half, about 150 grams. Increase in fat. Want to kind of resensitize ourselves to glycogen. I've done a bit of research. It's not a huge effect. You will not resensitize yourself to glycogen after just having one low day of carbohydrates, all that kind of bollocks. So rest day nutrition, I have split it up pretty much similar to my training day. Again, just less carbs and more fat. Rest day meal one pro fat, meal 2 pro fat, meal 3 protein, carbs and fats, meal 4 just a pro carb, and then meal 5 a protein and fat. So I'm looking around about 50 gram of fats on a training day, 65 to 70 on a rest day, and about 150 gram of carbs on a rest day, 300 grams on a training day, and about 200 grams of protein on each one. That's how I'm setting up my nutrition. Any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Message me as well if you've watched this and you've got any questions. I cannot stress as well the importance of a whiteboard. Here I'm going to be just assessing what I do. So I'm going to exhaust my carbohydrate intake within the pre and post, the peri-workout window we call it, because this is the most important time of the day when it comes to training. Now obviously this is going to fluctuate. If you're a builder climbing up fucking ladders all day, it's going to be a little bit different for you. But if you're me, you're allowed to work at home. I have the privilege to work at home. My expenditure isn't crazy high. That is how we're going to start off things. Make sure you're exhausting that peri-workout window. Don't be having your biggest carb meal at meal 1 when you know you're going to be training between meal 4 and 5. That's just fucking stupid. That's how I do things. I don't want to keep this on for too long. Let me know in the comments down below if you've got any thoughts or questions. Right, so that's it for today's episode. Episode 1 is ticked off. Next episode, I'm going to go through goal setting. I'm going to go through when to adjust your macros. I'm also going to go into another detailed session in regards to pull, push, whatever it is I do. Let me know if you're excited for this series. If you've watched the whole thing, comment down below, peng. P-E-N-G, peng, and I'll also announce the winner of the hat in the next video because I kind of forgotten about that. But thank you for all the support. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe if you're new around here, comment down below, peng, I see you as well, I see you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's build some fucking tissue because I'm sick of being small. See you in a bit.